Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Diorama Don here. So as you can see, just another scene of a subject for a diorama that you might want to try. I've got the brick wall and the park bench and the vintage lamp there. But I suppose the main reason is the how I make the cobbled street, cobbled area. So we'll get on with the video and I'll show you how I made everything here. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. Just click the subscription button and you will be informed when new videos come along, of which there are getting on for 300, so plenty to look at. Okay, so we'll get on with the video and we'll see how I made it. So I want to display my panther tank. So this is the tank that I want. It's a tank that I made in cardboard a few videos ago. If you're interested, please refer to the video and I'll show you how I made it. So that's going to be the display stand for it. So this is going to be a cobbled area here, and then this will be quite a wide path coming down the side of the cobbled road with stuff on it. Not really sure exactly what just yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. But the first thing is to get the cobbled area done. So I've cut a piece of 2mm card the right size, so that will sit on top like that. And I'm going to shutter all four sides. So that's going to be the path. This is going to be the edge of the cobbled area, and these are going around the edges like that. But the thing is that there's a 2mm height difference. So I've got the 2mm thickness of card plus 2mm height around there, which I can use as a shutter for when I put my tile grout on. And I will, although I've done or demonstrated how I do my tile grout in the past, I haven't done in recent times. So I thought it was about time that I did it again and actually showed you what I do. So anyway, I'll stick these bits on and then I'll give it a coat of white wall filler. And then when that's dry, I'll come back and then we'll lay the grey tile grout ready for the cobbled street. Okay, so back in just a moment. Okay, so I stuck my pieces of card on, put the piece of card on top of the polystyrene, and then put the border all around. This is going to be the path, so I don't need for that to be cobbled. Then I used a wall filler, a wall putty wall filler. Any DIY shop will sell the cheapest possible brand you can find. Just add a little bit of water and then brush it over the surface. I just find it's a better key for putting the grout on top rather than straight onto cardboard. It may work without it, but I always put it on just to be on the safe side. So I've got some grey grout, again from a DIY store, a matter of pennies. They sell it very, very cheaply. What it is actually regurgitated stone. It's like an egg powder, I suppose. Just add water and it returns to stone again. So mix with some water, and that's what you get. That kind of consistency. And just to be on the safe side, I'll put a dollop of PVA glue in with it. To be absolutely sure everything is all stuck together and stuck down. Okay, when that's all mixed in, put that there. Where? Now I'm ready for the laying of the concrete. I don't know if that's enough or not, or too much, I don't know. And then just spread that in the area that we've shuttered off. It isn't that easy doing this over the top of a camera. Oh, stuck my finger in it. I'm hitting the light, hitting the camera, hitting everything. That's just going to be maybe a bit too much. I think you're getting the gist of this. So once it's like that, then because I've got these side pieces 2 millimeters higher than it should be, all I need to do is pull that across like that. I can clean that up a bit. I can clean that up a bit later. What a frigging mess. Anyway, forget about that. Don't look at it. I'll tell you what. There we go. You can't see that bit down there. So that's the easy bit. Just laying that on there. I'll leave that now for probably an hour and a half, and I'll come back and mark out the stones. I'll know when it's ready for when I put my steel rule on and it's not sticky. As soon as it's not sticky, then it's ready for the carving of the cobbles. Okay, so I'll clean this mess up that I've just made, and I'll be back in just one moment. Okay, so here we are, an hour and a half later, and it's still damp to the touch, but when I lay my ruler on, it's not going to stick to the ruler, so that's what we want. So I've laid the ruler along there for the gutter, and then these other lines will be for the cobbled street themselves. I've done a few to show you because it's not going to be easy for me to do like this over a camera and a light, but I'll do the best I can. I'm just guessing the width, about 1/4 of an inch, 6 millimeters, something like that, probably less than that. Okay, so I've got to go all the way down there then, doing that, and then I'll mark out each cobble. It's impossible to do like this. When I'm on my workbench, I'm fine, but looking down cameras and lights, it's not easy. But I shall mark out like that. So that's what it will be like. So I'll finish off now because it's actually drying quite quickly. That centerpiece has dried too much already. So I'll quickly mark all these out and come back and show you what they look like. Okay, so my grey grout has dried now, and I've got all the shape of the gutter and the cobbles that I need. I lost 3, but I could either stick them back in again or leave them as they are, which is more natural, I think. So they're the cobbles. What I need to do now is put the stuff in between, whatever that might be called. I've no idea. So I've got a different coloured grout. I added a bit of PVA glue to this also, and a bit of black paint to darken it down a bit. But I'll just do a small area just to let you see what happens. So that will go in between the cobbles like that. Okay, I won't do it all. And then with the damp sponge, just take the excess off. There, that didn't take very long. So now you've got that effect, which I think is pretty good. I'll say it myself. Nobody else will. There, one cobbled area. I'll carry on with that then, finish that off, let that dry. Then I've got two pieces of card the same size as this. This piece now is level with the cobbles. So then I need another piece on there to lift the pavement up, and then another one to get it to the right height, so it'll be that height of pavement. And I've carved out the curbstones and the paving slabs, maybe a little bit big, but I think they're okay. But just with a sharp knife, cutting 45 degree that way, then 45 that way. Not too deep so that it cuts right through the card, but just like a groove, if you like. And that will sit on there. So that will be that side finished, and then I'll still thinking about what to do with the paved area. But I'll get to that stage. I'll finish the cobbles and the pavement, and I'll be back in one moment. Okay, so I've got my cobbled area here, and my path is finished there. I just put a coat of white wall filler and then grey tile grout, and then dabbed it off to give that can't see, that kind of finish for the path there. So that's that, although by the time the panther is sitting on there you won't see much of the cobbled area anyway, but nevertheless it's this area really I wanted to concentrate on really. So I'm going to have a brick wall along the back there, just a bit of offcut of polystyrene, a bit of cardboard stuck on the front there. There will be these capping stones along the top, and my bricks along the surface there. So that will be the brick wall. And then these wide popsicle sticks or lollipop sticks, cut the ends off, cut the rounded ends off, and then cut them into three, so you've got strips of pieces of wood like that. Quite easy to cut, as long as your first cut is very gentle. Otherwise the grain of the wood will just take you away from a straight line. Then I made these end pieces of a garden bench. So that's from these strips. I cut the back and the arm and the legs like that. So they will sit in front of the brick wall like that, and then the rest of these strips will go up to make the rest of the bench. If I can do it, probably not. Yeah, well, I think you get the idea. I'm not going to be able to do it. So two of these strips there and two on the back for the back support, and that will make up the park bench, garden bench, whatever. And then so there's the brick wall, the bench, and then a vintage street lamp. I think that would finish off the diorama quite nicely. So I have made vintage street lamps in the past. In fact, I've made two videos, but the last one, the size was quite, it was a bit out. But very quickly, to make a vintage, the lamp part of a vintage street lamp, decide what shape you want the lamp to be. I've made it 3/8 on the bottom and 5/8 on the top, and 3/4 from top to bottom. That is basically going to be about the right scale for 135 scale. So put that onto thin card, not the 2mm I normally use, and mark around it. Then move it over to that line that you've just marked. Mark out another one, and then another one, until you've got 4 of those shapes like that. The next thing is to score very lightly on those 3 lines. Where is it? There we are. So that you can bend, when you've cut it out, you can bend. It's important to do that now. Score those lines first, then cut that shape out, then mark out a border around each section. So you've got, you've got that. When that's all around like that, that will give the lamp shape at the top part of the lamp like that. Then paint it black. Then, if I can find it, cut out these pieces from a piece of acetate or any kind of see-through packaging, the size that would fit on the inside there, and then glue it together. So you've got it already painted and also glazed. Then you can put this on the top, which is just 3 pieces of card getting smaller and smaller on the top, and this bit on the bottom. And then with the hole drilled in the bottom there, I can use this barbecue stick as the stand. So that one, if you can make that out, that's going to be the vintage lamp. Okay, so I've got the wall, the park bench, and the lamp to do. I will do all that, and I'll be back in just a jiffy. Okay, so finished my brick wall off. I think that's okay with the broken end there. That will sit at the back like so. And then my park bench, just a few pieces of popsicle stick or lollipop stick, just cut to shape. And then I finished off with my vintage lantern. That's just a barbecue stick stuck up the middle of the cardboard on the top, and then those 3 bits at the top, and then that will just stick in like that. So that's basically it. That's all. Nice and simple, but nicely effective. So with the panther in the front like that, that will give a decent kind of scene, if you like. What American Marines are doing running down the street next to a panther, I've no idea. I'll leave you to sort that out. The main reason is I don't have any German figures, so there we are. Okay, so just another idea, just something to consider. So I mean, the whole point was the how to make the cobbled street, and then these few bits and pieces at the back there. So thanks for watching the video. I will see you in the next. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, click the all button, and you will be notified. Okay, so again, thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, bye for now.